Welcome, coaches, parents, guardians, and all others to our official start to the spring soccer season. My name is Sam Avilas, and I am a Recreation Assistant for Branson Parks and Recreation, and will be your host throughout this video. I am eagerly awaiting the start of practices and games, and I hope you are as well. Please take a few moments as we dig into some housekeeping items. Practices for Divisions U6 and up will begin the week of March 7th at Alexander Park, Stockstill Park, and the Branson Recplex. Pee Wee soccer practices begin on Saturday, March 12th at the Recplex. Pee Wee will have 2 practices followed by their 6-game season. Games will begin on Saturday, March 26th for all divisions. Practices are scheduled for Saturday, March 12th and 19th at the Recplex, with games beginning Saturday, March 26th. Practice and game times will be anywhere from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The new ball method will be used for games in which coaches will introduce a new ball to restart play whenever the need arises, such as after goals or balls kicked out of play. Practices are scheduled to begin the week of March 7th, with games scheduled to begin on Saturday, March 26th. The new ball method will be used for games in which the referee will introduce a new ball to restart play whenever the need arises, such as after goals or balls kicked out of play. Practices are scheduled to begin the week of March 7th, with games scheduled to begin on Saturday, March 26th. In this league, we introduce goalies and play restarts, such as throw-ins for balls out of play, free kicks for fouls, goal kicks when the ball exits play on the end lines, corner kicks, goalie throws and drop kicks when a save is made, and kickoffs will occur after each goal. Practices are scheduled to begin the week of March 7th, with games scheduled to begin on Saturday, March 26th. In this league, we introduce advanced tactics and restarts, such as goal kicks, corner kicks, and offsides. No offsides trapping is allowed. Offsides will be called in the spirit of the rule. Referees will be instructed to call the obvious but encourage as much pace of play as allowed. An attempt to play advantage in the attacking half of the field will be allowed on case-by-case basis. This is a referee judgment. Practices are scheduled to begin the week of March 7th, with games scheduled to begin on Saturday, March 26th. In this league, we attempt to play the game in the form as seen on television. Advantages will be attempted to be played where it can, and offsides trapping is introduced. We welcome back our U15s, the oldest division in this league. Practices are scheduled to begin the week of March 7th, with games scheduled to begin on Saturday, March 26th. In this league, we attempt to play the game as close to professional soccer as possible. Heading and slide tackling are allowed in this division. A minimum of 1 referee will be assigned to U6 and up games. An attempt to schedule 2 referees will be made for U10, U12, and U15, but is dependent on availability during the season. If you or anybody you know is interested in refereeing, please have them reach out to us or Joshua Aubin for further information. A volunteer application/contact sheet is needed for all coaches in charge of individual entry teams. A roster/code of ethics sheet is needed for all coaches in charge of team entries. A background check will also be needed for individual entry coaches if you are a new coach or returning. These are done once a year. All these forms and more information can be found on our Coach Resources page under our Youth Sports tab. Parking at the Recplex may be found to the west of the complex in front of the Recplex building. Additional parking may be found to the east of the complex in front of the baseball/softball facility. Spectators are asked to sit across the field from the team benches and along the goal lines. Spectators are reminded to bring chairs or blankets for seating. Parking at Stockstill Park may be found off of James F. Epps Road for ease of access to the west field, or at 699 Stockstill Lane by the dog park for ease of access to the east field. Parking at Alexander Park may be found above the fields in the parking lot or along Sunset Road. Please refer to the link below for a full list of rules and schedules for this league. For any weather-related concerns, please follow us on Facebook or call the weather hotline 417-335-6550. Updates to any cancellations/postponements will be posted no more than 90 minutes prior to the scheduled activity. If there is no update, then we will play. The Branson Parks and Recreation Department will not cancel a game or practice for a forecast only. When you signed up for this league, you should have received a youth sports code of conduct and sportsmanship waiver that you all agreed to. Please keep this in mind when playing on Saturdays. We want this league to be as enjoyable as possible for everyone involved.